how critical is the stimulus? How critical are those $600 checks and whatever stimulus we may or may not get in the future?
I think from an expectation standpoint, the stimulus is absolutely critical. I think that a lot of the revenue growth in the first quarter, second quarter, to some extent, was the result of people having a lot more money in their paychecks than otherwise would be when you have a 34% down GDP print. But I see another issue, Andrew, if I might. I think that going back all the way to '99, when Microsoft and Intel joined the Dow Jones Industrial Average for the first time, and in 2000, when Microsoft was the only company that gained, is very similar to where we are now. But the surprising thing, to some extent, is that at the same time, Eastman Kodak 5 months later came out of this Dow Jones Industrial Average, and so with Eastman Kodak, you had a company that was basically teetering on bankruptcy and is given a humongous lifeline, and the stock exploded. I see this situation with TikTok the same way. I think that there are geopolitical concerns that are happening with securities that are outside the purview of investors that are doing normalized valuations, right? And I think the more that this happens, the more troubling it is to me, because I don't know how to discount when you have a situation where the president can weigh in and a company goes up for sale, regardless of what the price ends up happening. I could say any stock in S&P 500 that could happen to, and that's generally not a situation you've had to deal with in the U.S. Stock market. So hopefully that calms down a little bit. But I would say that we're kind of in uncharted territories to some extent. It's not surprising to me that the large technology companies have performed the best in this situation. But I do think that investors should take an extra dose of caution in looking at this market overall and over an extended period of time. I'm optimistic that in a 2-year time period, we will be fine. But as long as there's fear out there about the pandemic, revenues are not going to be what they have been. And you're almost investing, to some extent, from a guessing framework, which is not normally what we do.